Does this work? Is this thing on? I think so. Alright, I think we'll, probably not talk too loud, otherwise this is going over the border. Welcome in, guys. Where's chat? Here we go. Professionals at work. Good morning and welcome in the living room. Today we have a different setup than usual, so don't be surprised. We'll have no music for the first hour or so today because we have a guest here. We had this a few times in the earlier days, for example with Zeb, if you do remember, where we invited someone, just talked a little bit. Well, with Zeb it was mostly shit talking for 2 hours. Today we have someone else here, since there's a film festival in town, and thanks to Couchsurfing I'm meeting a lot of exceptional people coming to town, and so is Jonathan, who's a film editor, and we're gonna have a chat today. Just one thing up ahead to the people who are already here, like Yanni and Simi. Good morning, guys. Let us know the audio might be different from usual, yes, because I'm using a different microphone. I'm not set up for an interview situation at all, so we're making the best out of it. Hope you understand. And without further ado, I feed Isolde my tea bag. Where's my tea, by the way? Oh, over there. I'll get my tea. Professionals at work here. And Jonathan can maybe say hi and tell us who he is and why he's in the living room this morning.
Hello everybody, it's a pleasure to be here in this beautiful studio living room with my wonderful host Amadeus. Yes, I'm a film editor from Vienna. I have a little film here on the film festival, which is my favorite film festival in Europe. It's the Max Ophüls Film Festival, the 45th. And I'm very excited to be here, and I'm so happy that I can be part of this Twitch stream. It's my first Twitch experience, and I just want to have a nice chat with my host because I didn't manage to speak to him properly.
That is true. I mean, we talked a little bit yesterday, right?
Yes.
For a bit, but yeah, it's always difficult to fit stuff in your daily routine, right? And you also had a very long drive, right? You said you were interviewed, and back then you were one of the people who had the longest drive to get here.
Yes,
participating.
There was a guy from the media. He was running around and asking this funny question: how long did you take to arrive in Saarbrücken to the film festival? And I took 13 hours in the bus, so I had the first place probably in this questionnaire.
Yeah. Crazy. So to start there, actually, before we talk a little bit about what you're doing actually and what you're working on, since it's a 13-hour drive, that's quite a long ride to participate in a film festival, and you said that it's your favorite festival in Europe. Have you attended other festivals as well?
That's a very good question. I haven't attended to any other film festivals, but I can say that this festival has an energy that I'm sure I will not find in any other place, because it's a Nachwuchsfestival. It's a
for young filmmakers mostly.
Yes, for new and fresh people in the industry, and but still it's very high level, and so it's uncomplicated, but you will find amazing works and amazing people that are all on a eye level, and you will not find this in any other festival.
Yeah, I see. So there is like more of a discrepancy, you would say, in other festivals between people coming there due to status somehow. I don't know how to say this, but like that there's like quite famous folks or people who have made it already, and it's difficult to connect, whereas here it's more like everyone wants to get out there and wants to talk and to connect.
Yeah, yes, it's exactly as you say. I mean, of course there are also levels to this, but if you go to Cannes or to the Oscars, of course you will not just drink a beer with one of the directors and just talk with them very easily. And here it's the opposite. The people immediately after the screenings, they run to Lola's Bistro, which is the bar for the festival, and they all connect the whole night with each other. Yeah. And usually in the questionnaires during the screenings, the people that are asked about their films, they are very open and they don't pretend that they've done it or something like this. They tell the struggles in the film industry and give tips on how they made it work, etc. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds very authentic in general, right?
Yes, it's a very authentic experience, and a very amazing people coming here.
Yeah, like I've been attending like a few years back for a few movies, but a friend of mine is a big fan. This week he's like at almost every single day he's like seeing a few films, and he also said that even as a viewer, you know, not only as a filmmaker yourself, but also as someone just interested in cinema and in these indie films, you could say also, since it's like mostly smaller projects, right? Not like on a Hollywood scale. It's amazing that that he's in a movie, he says, and then after the movie there's always like either the director is there or someone working on the crew, and they always are eager also to connect with people from the audience and talk about their projects. So that's quite unique, I guess. So let's use that transitioning to what you're actually doing. So you're an editor, right? Mostly at the moment. Can you tell us maybe what project you were working on for which you are here right now?
So I study editing in the Film Academy in Vienna, and I'm in the 5th semester, but I have been working for something like 10 years, smaller, bigger projects, and I came from camera work to editing, and I really found myself in this particular specification, and I really love it, and I know for a long time that I'm gonna continue in this. And our project is by a student from the HFF München, from the film school in Munich. She's a director, but she's from Austria, and she asked me to edit her film about stories about family constellation and abuse. Probably also sexual abuse, not explicitly in the film, but you see like this home footage which is kind of strange, things going on in the family, and then there's a birthday gathering, and like the daughter and the mother relationship.
Okay, so it's a fictional short movie?
Yes,
or
it's a fictional short movie, 20 minutes long, and but it's a dramedy, so it's it has a lot of humor also, which is important.
I guess, yeah. Especially when you're tackling such a difficult topic as well, right?
Yes.
So you said, you mentioned that you were first coming from camera work and then continuing with editing. So first, why did you start off with camera work? Was there something you wanted to do, something you ended up doing, or?
I was watching film my whole life. Like the first movie I remember was Kirikou. It's a French animation that plays in Senegal.
And that was the first movie you saw?
That's the first movie I remember from my
You
childhood.
remember, okay.
I maybe saw something else before, but this is stuck really deep in my subconscious, this film, and I haven't seen it in 25 years probably, or
crazy.
In 20 years. So I'm waiting for the moment to rewatch it and bring all these emotions out. It's gonna be very interesting. And from the age of 9, I've been collecting DVDs up until today, actually. So I have a big collection, and I was just very interested in this art form. My family is actually a musician family, but I fell to film very early, and they supported it, and I'm very happy about it also. And then I just got a camera and I started taking pictures, and I worked for very low prices in like events, doing event photography, 30 euros a night. It was starting.
The things you do in the
of course. And then you meet people, and then you get a little bigger job. Then you take pictures at the music festival, and then slowly, I started to film some random documentaries and started editing them. And there I understood, wow, how I can make out of shit. I can make gold. It's amazing. It's an amazing art form. It's also the youngest art form in human history, probably, which is connecting all the art forms: music, theater, paintings, the camera, you could say. And so I'm very happy to be part of this. Still developing this art form. Yeah.
It's so interesting. Like I never thought about it that way. That film is like one of the youngest art form there is right now. I just had to think about this. Like, well, yeah. I mean, there's still there's the whole internet thing, right? What we're doing right now, Twitch or streaming, YouTube, etc. But I mean, it's just still it's film, right?
Yes.
Just in a different setting. So you said you started taking photos, etc. Like, how old was that? Was that something you did because I always ask, because with art, a lot of times people go like, oh, when I was 4 I got my first camera, and then I was 8 and I did my first documentary. Or was it something you picked up as a hobby later, just like for yourself first, and then it just slowly developed into something more?
I think I received my first little camera at the age of 14 or something like this, and the quality was horrible, and I was really sad about it. And then slowly I got something better, and with the age of 16 I started working in events and stuff. Because in Austria you can enter the clubs at the age of 16, so this was the age where you can start to work also in the clubs.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's also how long you can work and stuff like that.
Yes,
right?
yes.
The law. Yeah, very true. Quick thing, by the way, because I just read chat. So thanks so much for being here today, guys. I'm watching chat a little bit, but obviously due to the situation, it's more difficult to answer everything because it kind of breaks the flow. So I would say if you have questions, please post them. We'll talk a little bit, and maybe in 20 minutes or so, we'll come back to chat. Watch chat a little bit more, answer questions, etc. So we have kind of a break there, so hope you understand. Now, where to pick up?
Tell me something about you. I rarely knew you, so...
Oh, true.
Yes.
Well, I mean, my folks know me already, so that's the thing, they don't know you.
Is this your fan base that is watching here?
Mostly, yeah. Okay. Mostly people watching right now, I would say, are people who are watching quite regularly lately. There's the occasional new folks coming in. There's this rate function on Twitch where people, when you end a stream, you can send your viewers to another stream, which is amazing to connect as well. Wow. It's kind of our online way of what you do at the film festival, basically, right? So yeah, but mostly I would say it's regulars. Especially this early in the stream. Normally it takes some time to pick up. So, editing, right. Somebody asked, since we're here right now, asking what is your favorite part about being a film or movie editor, Jonathan?
I would say the freedom to shift emotions in the actors, in the stories, to manipulate time and the space that you enter, and you're very free in this, and it's an amazing experience supporting the director in his vision, and especially when they are completely disappointed by their work. Sometimes it happens that after the shooting the directors are like from a burnout, they come back, and then I take them by the hand slowly, you drink coffee, you drink mate, you just try to find a way, and then slowly something is crystallizing out of this, and it's an amazing work. Yeah.
So it's a very personal process as well, right? Since you mentioned this also when we talked earlier, that when you're working in the crew, right, while filming, it's like this big group project in the end. Can be quite stressful as well. You mentioned, and then there's you at the end, when everything more or less is done, right? And you just work together with the director. Like, how close are you actually working with them? Are there differences in like what kind of movie it is? Do they give you a lot of freedom, being like, okay, here's the movie, here's the material, do whatever you want, and I'll just tell you if I don't like it? Or do they have like a very clear vision of what they want and more or less just use you as their second arm basically to work on stuff?
So of course there are different directors and different ways to approach this, but usually it's a close relationship between director and editor, and it's very rare, but it also exists that the editor is kind of like just a tool for the director. But also when it's really strict in this sense, usually there are spots, points in the film editing where he will give him the opportunity to, because he doesn't know how to do it, for example, and the editor has a complete different approach. He's very fresh in the material, and for example, you have Michael Haneke, is an Austrian film director. He already edits the film when he is writing it, so he has a complete clear perspective on this is it's. The better the films, the better the film directors work, the more they already think about this in the process before. Also, Parasite was written in a way that is already edited. So this is why it got the Oscar for the best editing and stuff like this, of course. And I am also fine with working as a tool for the director, because in the end I know that it's also about the micro editing, and there he doesn't even know what I'm doing actually. So I have a freedom also when I'm not free in this sense. But usually there are also directors that will tell you, can you start to make a rough cut and I will come in later, because this is the way that I want to see it in the first time. Then there are other directors who will watch with you every take and and this is also very good. Because there you can have the exchange and everything. So it's very dynamic, and every film is like a musical piece. It's very personal and individual. Yeah.
Nice. Well, since you just mentioned music, as in it's a musical piece, right? I was always wondering. I mean, you get the raw visual material, right? To cut together. But since movies are such like a combining medium of different arts, like music as well, do you know while you're cutting if or when there is music playing? Like, is that part of the process, or is it just strictly visual first and then they do the music separately, or after that? Like, where does that come in basically?
Yeah, this is a huge topic, of course. There are many films that would work also without music, but it's good. It can really benefit when using the music, but it can also benefit with not using the music. So it's a matter of theme, of style of film. But most films, of course, have some music inside, and there are. It also depends on the director. Sometimes he writes a scene for a song. Can also happen. Like there is a montage, I don't know, a character goes from A to B, or emotionally from A to B, and he knows, okay, I want to use this type of music, or I already have the rights for a song that I'm going to use in this montage. It is like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever. And this is a possibility. The other way is to work with a placeholder, like in the project that I did now, which was about the TikTok generation and artificial intelligence and everything. we have a scene where it's completely messed up internet. It's like an experiment basically, and there we had a crazy hyper pop placeholder, and then the componist made a amazing musical piece for us for this scene. So it can happen in many ways. Yeah.
Okay, but sounds like usually you're basically getting an idea, but the finished product will happen later, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it also depends, like as you said, since there are some movies that use music more as a background thing, right? So I think in those projects it's easier to do that. First the cutting, then there's some music or work with a placeholder. Whereas I had to think about of the movies from Edgar Wright. I don't know if you've seen them, but like
yes.
for example, Baby Driver.
This I haven't seen, no. But I know the
amazing
stories
movie.
about
I love it.
Yeah.
But there's like this thing where he uses a lot of music. Like the whole movie is basically based around the music, and there's like literally the cutting, the editing, even things actors do, which probably is also like worked with a lot in editing later. But everything is like working with the music, like being in rhythm or being at certain points. And I think there it would be probably way more difficult, like
yes, of course,
to do that. So, have you ever thought of, since you came from camera work, now you found editing as your thing, your passion? Have you ever thought about going even a thing beyond that, since you're working on movies for like 10 years now, you said, more or less? That you think, okay, now is the next step for me, like I have this idea I wanna do myself, so let's get to the next step and write a script or go directing?
I think it can be very beneficial for anyone working in art to experiment in other art forms and understand the fact that there is not a difference actually in the artistic progress that you make inside. So this is why it's so important to listen to a lot of music and to also be with musicians and talk about art and everything. And I don't think that there is a beyond or a lower thing. Of course, there is a more like a leading perspective that the director or that the producers have and everything. And I really like to be there in a accompaniment way. I play percussion, tabla, Indian classical music. So I am not the soloist, but I really love to accompany. And this I can also see in film. I just love to be next to the person that has the vision and do it together.
Like helping them realize their vision. I can see that. Like for me, like it's there's with music, there's this difference between working completely on your own stuff, like composing yourself, recording yourself, doing everything yourself, or either when you're playing in a band or when you're doing composition work for others, for example, for a project. I mean, it's similar, right? I didn't do movies yet, like a short animation from a friend, but that's all. But for example, audiobooks. That a friend did, and he also had like an idea of what he wanted that I had to work with, right? So there's like some structure around your creative work, and then you get creative inside of that. And to me, I don't know about you, but to me that sometimes even helps, because you know where to start. You have like the starting point, you have the tools given to you, and then you try to make the best out of it, and then sometimes that even helps me get more creative. Whereas when I think about, okay, what could I do? I have so many possibilities. You're just like, ugh. So yeah, it's interesting that, as you say, like different art forms, you always have that, and that you kind of found your role basically, or what you enjoy so much about it. Right, the music. You mentioned tabla, right? Can you explain what that actually is? Because I don't know actually. I haven't asked yet.
Yes.
And I wanted to wait until I can ask you here before Googling it. And I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in that as well, since this is a music stream.
Yes, of course I can talk about it.
And like, how did you end up like being interested in a music genre that is so specific as like Indian classical music, you said, or
Yes,
traditional music?
Indian classical. Yeah.
Classical.
Yes. So I was one time I was very intrigued by a mantra I heard with the instruments, and I was like, what is this sound? It sounds like a water drop or bells, or what is it? It must be some string instrument. And then I found out it's a drum.
Okay.
It's a drum that is the finest percussion instruments that you can find probably in the world. Yeah. And it's called tabla. It's actually two drums. One high and one low, so it's like two instruments actually, and you have the left side is the bass, and you can pitch the sound by pressure, so it's actually like a double bass almost.
Okay.
You can really tune while playing, and the right drum is a high key, and you tune it to a specific note, and it has in the middle a circle which is out of metal. Which is made out of metal, rice, and water, and it has a very like a bell sound, so you can also use it.
Okay.
And so this is a huge thing in India, especially in the north, but also in the south. And the Indian classical music is completely different than other classical music, like European classical music, for example. It has
But is it like still connected to what we call classical music?
No.
Okay, so classical music is more like a term as in the same time period?
No.
Or
it's from the historical part, I'm not so sure how it developed in India, but of course you have the folk music and traditional music, which is a lot about dancing and about festivals, and it is more simple, and also the instruments are more simple, you could say, and usually it's like a Viervierteltakt and not so complicated, and for dancing especially. But the Indian classical music is like a deeper experience in the Indian classical way, where you have a very clear frame. Usually you have a solist which plays a string instrument, or like a sitar or a sarod or a flute. A bansuri, and so he will play like a concert piece is built up in four different themes. The first is an alap, which is just musical, like a drone. There is no percussion, it's just a solist presenting the musical piece he will play, the raga. The raga is very hard to define in Western terms, because but you can say what it is not. It is not a composition. It is raga means that which colors the mind. So it's like a theme basically.
Okay.
You have specific notes that the raga has must have, and then you have notes that are not so common in the raga, and then he presents the theme and we'll play around this theme and return to the theme. And so the first part he would just play like a drone, very slow and soft, and then he would play slow speed, and the percussion instrument join in, and it's all improvisation. So they have the frame of the raga is the frame, and there are the rules of the raga, the color, it's blue, let's say. And then everyone knows, okay, we play blue, but we can play all shades of blue.
Yeah.
And it's like they are very, very dedicated, and so they can improvise in a way where you will not believe what is going on actually. And they exactly know how to end it, like tigers. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, it sounds a lot or more in the end. You said Indian classical music, so I had like, I thought it was either, I mean, it's closer from what you said now to like traditional as in classical, right? And not classical as in a sense as Western classical music. But from what you said now, it sounds more like jazz actually. Like from what I know, like it seems to have a little bit more rules somehow, as in how to build it up, right? With a raga, but the whole idea of musicians joining in and it being a lot of improvisation reminds me a lot of jazz. It's super interesting.
Yes, it definitely, the jazz has definitely connections to it. Yeah, I'm sure that Indian classical music is way older and
probably
it's really
jazz
crazy.
Quite young still.
Yes. It's amazing how much rhythm there exists. You would not connect it to classical music in a Western perspective, but if you sit in an Indian classical concert, you will understand that it's not easy work always. Because it's very long pieces. Like one piece can be 1 hour long, and they will always return to the raga, to the theme, and you have the slow speed, medium speed, and fast speed, where they are like rockets. It's incredible, and then they know exactly where to stop because everyone knows the rules of Indian classical music.
Yeah.
So, and with more time, I can show you some things how they do it, because I have been introduced to it, and the only reason why I am able to learn Indian classical music is because I have a teacher who is an amazing teacher. Yeah.
That would have been my next question actually, because like how did you said you listened to mantra, so that's kind of how you connected to that kind of music, but where do you start? I mean, living in Vienna doesn't matter, or living in Germany, for example, like where do you go to either find the instruments or get like an introduction, especially when it's an art form or a musical form that depends so much on playing with others, right?
So this is a very sensitive theme that you are throwing in, because I am very alone with this in Vienna. Yes, it's true, and it needs a long time until you can join in with other people. So you can play fusion easily with Indian classical instruments, but you need the foundation for it, and you need to be flexible. It takes time, a few years. I was very lucky. I was just I wanted to accompany kirtans, which is like a Hindu festivals with the folk instruments. This was my idea, to just be able to dance with the people and play the drum. Yeah. And so I was looking for, and then a guy, he just gifted me a folk drum. He said, "Start now, like don't wait."
Nice. So he was kind of thinking like, "Oh, there's someone who's interested in it. Let's go."
Yeah. And then I had this mridanga. It's like a less fine version of the tabla, and I was looking for a teacher, and because I love music, it's my passion. Yeah, it's not my work, but it's my passion, and then somehow I kind of found this guy. He's called Alokesh Chandler. You can also maybe write him in the comments or something like this. He lives in Vienna, and he has a crazy background from all kinds of places. And in India, he met an Austrian woman, and he moved to Vienna. And he was a student of Pandit Ravi Shankar, which is the biggest legend in India. He played with the Beatles, and he was the one introducing the West to Indian music, basically. And he was one of the teachers of him. So I am very honored to be second generation Ravi Shankar, which is crazy, mad, completely mad that he's in Vienna waiting for you, and he does it very Indian style. Like, it's not expensive at all, and you just go there. He has 4 students a day sometimes, because they just really like it. And we play in we have a practice of 2 hours when I go, and I go once a week, twice a week, maybe once a month. Sometimes happens also, and there he introduces me very slowly to Indian classical music. Yeah.
Nice. That's crazy. Like, it's so easy in the West in general, I think, to be restricted to only those instruments for some reason, because I mean, like, I don't know, when you go to through some YouTube videos, there's like some people who might use like a weird guitar that has like some additions taped to it, or they're experimenting with that, but to find people who are introducing also like other instruments, and not like that the stuff that we are used thanks to classical music and thanks to pop rock, etc. But there's like so many instruments out there. There's a whole world of sounds out there that are not being used, or at least, well, they are being used, but by their respective cultures, right? But that we kind of ignore. So I think it's amazing that, I mean, you were at the right time at the right place, it seems, with that music to be in Vienna and find that teacher. I had a question in mind just now, and now I completely forgot it. Like, it's happening, folks, again. Well, maybe we can give it to chat as well, because we're like 20 minutes away from 1 p.m. right now. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions to Jonathan while I'm trying to remember what I wanted to ask him, and probably won't, let us know in chat. Welcome in Brandweg, Turka, Kevin, by the way. Haven't been able to talk much to chat right now, but yeah, that's the format. Brandweg says he has a question. Says, do we have Jonathan's opinion on shanties?
Shanties?
Like sea shanties.
What does he mean with shanties?
So do you know like these, like the Wellerman, for example, like these songs that were sung on sea, mostly a cappella, on like sea voyages, like classic like pirate songs, you know, or sailor songs, you know, stuff like that. That they I don't know if you noticed that, but they became big for a while ago because of some TikTok thing where people recorded themselves sing one voice and then they remixed it and added more voices. And
they make kind of
yes, and it kind of became a thing, like sea shanties also on stream. Brandweg is a big fan, so that's why he's asking.
Well, I don't know so many. I know like the river is flowing is probably also one, no? I guess.
I don't know that one, but yeah, I mean, could be.
And but I'm open to any kind of music, and maybe you can show me more, and then I can answer it better. But I don't have any expertise in it.
All right. Yeah, Simi is already starting to sing. There once was a ship that put to sea.
Yeah, this I heard, of course.
Exactly. That's the song that kicked it all off.
Yes. I will be in Scotland in March, in end of March, on a hike. So maybe I will get to know some of these songs.
Yeah, we're missing each other for 2 months then. I'm planning to go in May.
Okay.
Nice. Hey Tsiku, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Simi has another question. Says, what are both, like you mean both as in both of our goals for the future? Maybe you start, because I don't have many goals.
Well, I'm in a very lucky position. Yeah, especially as an editor, you can jump in on projects very fast. Like it's also a bit of a bummer, but in the industry, sometimes they don't really think about the editing until the shooting is done, of course, which is good for some and not so good for others. And but if you're lucky, you can jump in on projects that you would never have guessed that you will be working on.
Yeah.
Like in 1 week starting, it's crazy. And they are really looking for editors everywhere. And yeah, my plan is just to continue. My path is always going in this direction. So I want to do a long film. Very soon I want to work on documentaries, and they are coming in, so it's happening.
So for now you've mostly been working on short movies, right?
Yeah, short documentary, short movies, and exactly, yeah.
Nice. Is there like someone, I mean, 2 questions, so many questions, all of a sudden they're coming back. One question was, is there like someone specific in the industry you would love to work with one day? Like if you could like choose one person to be like one director, mostly would be directors, I guess, where you would be like, oh, it would be amazing to work with that person, that would give me a lot, or that will get me places.
Wow, I mean, I could name many people, but I would probably start with someone where it could be realistic in the future. Maybe there's Austrian film director, her name is Kudwin Ayub, and I think she's the future of Austrian film. And she works only with non-actors, in her films, and it has an authenticity where you just like.
Oh, that's an amazing
you fall
idea.
for it, and it's a lot of editing work to get it right, and she does it amazing. So
so it would be also a challenge.
Yes.
For you,
yeah. No, it's always a challenge, but it's just very, very nice to be free in the editing process, to try to make the best out of the actors. This is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
There was one film a few years ago, 12 Years a Slave, that won many Oscars.
Right,
and there was the one actress, the side actress, Nebenrolle. She won an Oscar, and in the speech she thanked her editor.
Oh, that's nice.
She said also she thanked many people, but she thanked this explicitly to her editor, that because he involved her in a little bit in the editing process because there were so sensitive scenes where she gets whipped and stuff like this. So probably it was important for the director also to get her in the editing process.
Yeah.
And she thanked him for the Oscar, basically.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's always like, so many forms of art are in the end a group project, you can never do that yourself. Talked about reading before. I always read like the thank you notes from authors that are usually at the back of the book or at the beginning. And just reading that shows how many people are involved, especially with writing. There's like just this one big name on the cover, being like, this is a book by Stephen King, for example. But then there's like people reading the first drafts, people giving ideas, like people editors. Supporting you, editors, publishers, etc. There's so many people being like way more involved in the process of shaping like a book or a movie than you might think in the beginning, right? So another thing before I forget that, goes a bit back again, is since you told us a little bit about your journey, how you ended up editing, and you said like people always need editors, right? So it seems like it's a job in the industry compared, for example, to actors. I feel like actor is something more people want to do probably, and where there is more of a concurrence.
Competition.
Like competition. Thank you. Where there's more competition about roles, etc. Right? So for an editor, that's not the case. Like it's more like it's a job that people need.
Well, yeah, it's obvious that the actors have the worst cards because they need to sell themselves all the time. Even the big actors, they have to go to the castings, and of course, there's all the dirty things happening in the industry. And with editors, like they are so invisible. Like the most important editor in the world, he can run around in central New York, and there will be like maybe 5% of the people, like, maybe looking at him, but actually not. But he was the editor of Apocalypse Now, of The Godfather, is like, and he's very open and gives a lot of courses and lectures, and so it's an invisible job, basically. And
that's something you enjoy.
Yes,
seems, right?
I kind of like it to be in the shadow.
The shadow. Would you? Oh, sorry.
I mean, I'm sure there is competition, but all the editors I know, they are my friends, so I don't have this problem.
Yeah, nice. That definitely helps you enjoy your job as well. Yes, if there's not always this like clashing with others, right? And Brandwick just said Jonathan definitely passes the vibe check.
The vibe check.
The vibe check. Yeah.
Thank you.
So. Yeah, about your journey there, like, is that something you would say is typical for an editor? Or are there, like, I mean, did you attend any school to learn that job, actually? Never asked that, like, but, or was it more like learning by doing, meeting the right people, being in one project, then people knew you for doing that, etc.?
So it was very helpful to edit the things that I was shooting myself, because there I saw both sides of the medal, because they're very connected, the camera work of course and the editing. And first it was a very messy getting to know the programs, and like very, very long processes, but now it became part of my nervous system kind of, and I can I'm so happy after years of work to be able to do everything that I try to put inside of the computer. And yes, this is an amazing development in editing. And so first I was working with a comedian actually, where I made the biggest breakthroughs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were doing like sketches and stuff, and there I really saw the potential of editing. And so it was a lot of YouTube, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, of course, university, but they don't go into many technical things. They go more into theory, and so it's really up to everyone can learn it basically. The tools, it's in everything like this. Like what is important is here.
Yeah.
You can have the most shitty camera and make the best pictures, and I know people who take shitty cameras to try to make shitty pictures, and it looks amazing, you know. Because they're great photographers.
Yeah.
So this it's the same with when you don't have a budget for film, you can make still amazing films, and when you don't have money for instruments, for example, people still hear that you're an amazing musician. It doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good to have. It's always good to have a good tablet, to have a good computer that runs fluently. But in the end, this is just a little part of it, yeah.
But like in the industry itself, is it like when you try to get a job as an editor, will they be like, okay, show us what you did already, show us your portfolio, or will they be like, oh, have you actually studied it? What you want a university to attend, or is it like a mixture, or it depends on the director?
Yeah. So in art, I have the feeling it doesn't really matter. Also in the industry, usually, if you have a degree or something like this, maybe in acting they want to see if you don't have so many references that you studied for a while. It's possible, but like they would just look at your projects, and usually they don't even like. If you have a degree, it doesn't really matter. Of course, if you have one, then maybe it will open some doors. Because it's a production question, they just say, no, we need someone who has experience and stuff like this. But if it's on a personal level, the director would choose you.
Yeah.
If you're no one. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's great. That's very definitely. Very motivating, I think, in a field of work. Yeah. Simi has another question, guys. Again, if you want to ask more questions, please feel free to. What are your favorite food and drink? Something not related to your job at all, but quite interesting. Go.
So my favorite drink is, of course, my very dear friend, the mate, and I drink it for many years, and it has been an amazing journey. And I must say, every time I drink it, it tastes a little bit different, and here in the studio, it tastes so good to sit here.
It's the room vibes.
I was
it's
like,
just the
wow,
room vibes.
It just blew my mind. And food, I will tell you what my favorite dish is, because it's a Vietnamese dish that I ate in East Asia, and I don't know how to pronounce it, of course.
Maybe there's someone in chat who's from Vietnam who can be like, are you butchering that?
It's called, wow, I don't know if I would find it so easily.
Like, what is it?
What
does it consist of?
It's a summer roll, but inside you have crispy rice pancake.
What?
You have a crispy rice pancake
and inside. You put that inside of a summer roll.
Yes.
Okay,
so
that
you
sounds
have
good.
The soft roll with the vegetables, and inside you have the crispy rice cake with the peanut sauce, and yeah.
That sounds really good. I'm getting really hungry now.
I was shocked when I ate this. I was just, we were blown away by this.
Nice.
Yes, it's my favorite dish.
I like it. I have
And
to try it sometimes. For me, like my favorite drink would probably be green tea still. Like I just like drinking green. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's even the taste, because a lot of people don't like green tea because it's so bitter. But like, because there's so many different kinds of green tea, and I like to like find the differences, even though I'm mostly just drinking like standard green tea from the supermarket. But I think mostly it's like with so many things as in taste, when it comes to taste and smells and stuff like that, it's just an emotional thing, I guess.
Mm.
You know, like I just have this connection to green tea, having like a hot cup of green tea, just being like super chill.
Nice.
It calms me down completely.
Mhm.
Like I can have a most stressful day,
Mhm.
make myself a cup of green tea and just take the first sip.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's the same. It's a similar story with the mate, definitely. It's very bitter. So
Yeah. But is it also connected to like a traveling you did or something? Or how did you discover it?
I mean, I was introduced by an Argentinian, of course, to it, and like it was so bitter, but I made my first sip and I was like, wow, I love it. It was a strange experience because I didn't think that I would like something that is so bitter, but I immediately started drinking it and I have it with me when I go out and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's like these special tastes. Like
Uh-huh.
it's so different that you are intrigued and then you like it more and more.
Yeah. And food?
For food, that's a very good question actually. There's like a Japanese dish that I love. It's called okonomiyaki.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically, I mean, people often say it's a Japanese pancake, but that's not really what it is. I mean, it's like a round dish, but it's a little bit thicker. And there's mostly there's noodles in it as well, sometimes rice, depends. Like egg and then like shrimps, for example, oftentimes. A lot of vegetables. They just mash that together basically, put it in a form and put it on a grill.
Wow.
Or a hot plate. And then there's like the sauce on top of it and mayonnaise. It's so good. It's so good. Especially since it flies under the radar so much because everybody just connects Japanese food with sushi, you know, and with fish, which is true. I mean, a lot of it consists of fish, but this is like different and so unhealthy, but to a certain degree. But I love it.
The Japanese are so healthy with their food, and it's good for them to have something.
You would think that. I mean, with some stuff, yes, it's such a weird combination. Like when I was there, like the breakfast, for example, they just randomly had at home was super healthy. Like way healthier than anything we eat here for breakfast. But then, for example, they go out and they eat something like okonomiyaki or something where they just put like 2 liters of mayonnaise on everything. They put mayonnaise on everything. So yeah, it's
Interesting.
maybe they can afford it, you know, like eating so healthy otherwise.
In Japan, I didn't see any mayonnaise. I don't know why.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you know, you can have different experiences.
Maybe depends. I mean, you were in Tokyo mostly, right?
Yes.
So I think it's one of these things where you have to mostly with locals and with how their daily eating habits are.
This I didn't experience.
In comparison to what you experience when you're like there as a tourist or like as official business, you know.
Yeah,
I think
course.
there's a difference probably. Ktaka, one of my mods actually, asks another kind of off-topic question. For how long do you couch surf so far? And is there some memorable experience, like interesting hosts, interesting places or events that you attended thanks to couch surfing?
So I guess the question comes for me because I am the guest. Yeah,
I think so.
Well, I started couch surfing actually because I had something changed in my schedules and stuff in Brazil, and I kind of ended up at the airport sleeping there, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And then someone told me, no, you have to go to couch surfing and blah blah blah. And there I met, I immediately got a house to stay, and there my journey started, and I just love to be with locals. And it's so much more interesting than anything you can actually do. Like when sightseeing is of course a good thing, but to be with locals is way superior to it. It's amazing. And so I was also in Iceland and in the apartment of a guy who had 2 birds, and it was so nice to experience this. And also in Japan, we had, I was not hosted, but I had a hangout with a Japanese who just showed us the whole day through the city because he wanted, you know, just like that. So you had a free tour guide, you invited him to food, and that was it. Yes, and like yesterday, the day before I came to Amadeus, I slept at a other host's place here in the city. And the next day he takes me to his school because he's a teacher. And there he told me, teach them something, show them, like 8-year-olds, tell them something about Vienna. And then I made a presentation about Vienna, and this was my first day in Germany. And my second day in Germany, I'm on Twitch. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like that's couch surfing for you. You just try to find a place to stay, and then you end up being a teacher and in some random Twitch stream.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it as well. Like, I mean, for me, it's been mostly hosting and not surfing myself, just because I don't have the time. Mm-hmm. But it's great because it's like traveling without traveling, Like, I get all these people coming to my place, spending time with me, telling me their stories, sharing like their personality as well, because every person's different and brings something to the table, that you normally have when you're traveling yourself, right? And then experiencing these things, and if you can't, that's a great way to do so, and to help as well, to connect.
Yes,
it's great. Yeah. Like, for how long have you been couchsurfing? Like, when was the first time?
I think it was 2018 when I had my first couchsurfing, and then in between I didn't do it so much. Also in Mexico I didn't do it for some reasons that I don't remember actually, and but I'm looking forward to. In India, wow! When I go to India, I will probably only do this, and yes, I can recommend it to everyone. It's such an amazing tool.
Definitely.
To see the world? Yeah.
Did you ever have a negative experience with couchsurfing?
No, I mean you're my 4th or 5th host, so
okay.
I don't have so much experience in this, but
well, we can change that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well. There can be worse things than to sit next to a dudeist in a Twitch stream. And actually, I celebrate 10 years of Dudeism.
Nice.
You know the.
I know Dudeism. Like, I've never met someone. Why haven't we talked about this more? Like, I remember you mentioning it in your request. Why haven't we talked about this yet? Like, I mean, I know Dudeism. Like as a concept and where it comes from, right? I don't know if you guys know where this comes from, but there was this movie, The Big Lebowski, which was from the 90s, right?
Yes,
I think early 90s, 97 even, okay, late 90s. About this guy, and I'm looking down at myself right now, like always running around in his bathrobes, like just being this chill dude who just wants to get by. I guess that was mostly like the idea of the movie, to show someone who's just trying to get by, especially in the wild political climate during the 90s in the US.
Capitalism and work.
Exactly. Whom, as opposed to especially like all this, let's work, let's achieve, like this hustle culture. And apparently there were so many fans of this movie that they created because he's always called the dude in the movie, that they created this whole religion around it, or cult, called the Dudeism. And that's the thing, like I understand the concept, but like how deep are you in there? Like no, but like because like what's the concept of it? Or how would you explain the concept of it, except like just chill your nuggets,
Well, this is the concept probably.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not very deep in it, but when I saw the movie, I immediately tried to copy the lifestyle of the dude. It was a very intense experience to just relax into life completely, like just try to get along, and then. And these different things that he's doing, like playing bowling with his friends, and not giving a shit about what other people think. So, but I mean, also inside of this cult, you can say I don't think that there is a very strong connection to, it's fun basically.
Yeah.
But still, you have festivals. Dude festivals where there are like 150 people all dressed like the dude going and playing
amazing.
Bowling and
I would love to go there someday.
and also the film is amazing. It's probably the best comedy of all time.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Yeah, I can very recommend it.
Yeah, me too. Like I watch it like a few times a year. It's like same with Green Tea. It's like just this movie that kind of grounds you again, you know?
Yes.
You're like, you're watching this movie and you're like, you know what? My life is actually quite great.
I mean, there's so much shit happening in this film, but the dude, he just catches it all and like a umbrella. It's amazing.
Yeah, he just goes by. He just makes the best out of it. And he's like, that's life, you know? Yeah, yeah. All right. Do we have any more questions, Chad? I have to watch the time a little bit, right? With like a little bit past 1 p.m. now. So we can go on a little bit longer. I don't know, how much time do you have left? Like
a few minutes for sure.
A few minutes, yeah. When will you guys eat? It's already 1 p.m. Well, you know me, guys. I mostly don't eat breakfast, but I have something set up. So probably after this, we're going to do a little break. I'm going to eat something, rearrange the equipment, and then we'll do a little bit more music later as well. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing to be in the Twitch and to read the comments. It's an interesting experience for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to listen to more of Amadeus music. Amazing. And you know why Mozart is called Amadeus?
As far as I know, he wasn't even called Amadeus. Like on his birth certificate, I think it was Amadeo or something like that.
No,
not even that.
He chose the name because he liked it.
Oh, nice. I guess that's the funny thing is a lot of people ask me, like, how did I get to that name? Were your parents like fans of Mozart? Did they were they classical music fans? Blah blah blah. And the funny thing is, I mean, obviously they knew the song by Falco. Obviously, my father is big in classical music, right? So he knows Mozart. But both of it was not the reason. The reason was just they liked the name.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's an amazing name.
Yeah, you get used to it.
But did you have any nicknames for it?
Oh, a lot. Like I had like one or two before, like Amma mostly, I would say. But ever since I'm working at the restaurant I'm working at now, it took like 2 months to have like 10 new nicknames.
Wow.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. Let's not get into it because otherwise people in chat are gonna start calling me that, and I have enough on my hands already with it at work. But let's say there are a lot. A lot by now. Jonathan
is similar. I have so many nicknames, and I know exactly from the people that know me longer, they call me different than the people that know me recently, and the people that know me from the film industry, they call me different. And I really have nicknames for different places of my life.
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah, true. It's the same for me. I mean, by now it comes like back full circle because right now the people calling me Amma, it's the same like as the people in my childhood. But like in between, there was also like different ways of pronouncing the name and having like nicknames depending on where I lived and which circles I was running around. Yeah. See me now. She was like, give me the address of the restaurant, got asked the nickname. Don't. No. See me? Shh.
First you have to find your way to Saarbrücken, which is very far away. Very far.
Too far. Too far, folks. Yes. Well, but I'm glad you made it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you made it that long way, 13 hours, Jesus Christ. With the bus as well. Yeah, to be here and to end up in the living room here with us.
Very happy.
A small little stream. So I'd say we slowly wrap it up. Anything else you want to tell people? You want to give them on their way if they want to become an editor or something? I don't know.
Watch art house films. Go to cinema. Watch the films beyond that are on the side from all the blockbusters. The blockbusters make enough money. They have enough budget, and it's really really very important for filmmakers that people go watch their films. Yes, this is very supportive. Just sitting in the cinema and also doing a little bit of work in the cinema because it's very easy to lay back in blockbusters and just get this. Of course, there are good films also, but I can really recommend to just watch something that is not so common. Please.
Please. So a few more things, actually, if I have a few minutes. Branwick said, my second question got drowned by chat. Branwick, can you let us know what that question was? Maybe we can quickly answer it still. Turka wants daily wisdom from you. So just so you understand that, we had like a while ago, we had like one sentence running through the stream the whole time on screen, which was the daily wisdom. And it was mostly just like stupid things, you know, like sometimes when I close my eyes, I can't see. You know, I don't know, just stupid stuff that was like slightly philosophical sometimes. So do we have something like that for us?
Well, very stupid. It's not something that I have right now. But I mean, how I would wrap my artistic career, for example, is. There is no art form which is not connected to the other.
I love that. I love that. Because it's so true. Like I had an artist here a while ago. I can show you actually some pictures of him. He left some. And at some point we said like art creates art. Because it's not only, I mean obviously you get influenced by everything surrounding you, but you also get influenced by other people working on stuff, right? And
it's important.
Yeah.
Important.
Very much so. I mean, in the end, like, what is art than working on what you have inside and showing that in some form to other people to connect kind of through that. You know, it's kind of a form of communication in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Picasso, for example, there is one thing that he painted so many times. It's the painter and the model. He painted the painter and the model in this context. Yeah, and I think it's amazing. Yeah, this self-reflection and also the appreciation to the other art form, which is being the model. Yeah, not just painting the model, the artist,
but also the artist. Yeah, nice, kind of meta. Especially for its time. Okay, so Brandwick's question that was kind of drowned earlier was: have you listened to any progressive rock?
I had a heavy metal phase a few years ago where I also listened to Nirvana, maybe if it comes into this musical genre, but not so much. Yeah.
It's also so difficult to understand at some point what with all these, like I couldn't even tell you if I listened to progressive rock probably, but I couldn't name any bands that make progressive rock. I know that Nirvana is still considered like grunge. I think, but I couldn't even tell you what exactly defines a grunge, you know. I would say like if it's like Nirvana, it's grunge.
Well, I think progressive rock is like rock that is maybe kind of depressed, something like this. That comes from
progressive. Being progressive is also being depressed.
Yeah, it's actually depressive rock, from what I heard.
I love that. Bradley says, I think it's a little jazzy and experimental. Okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, progressive usually.
Yeah, so like Pink Floyd and stuff like this is amazing. Pink Floyd, 100 points.
Is that still rock though? Is it like progressive?
Pop? No, it's
pop.
Rock.
No,
it's
rock. It's rock more.
They
like
have
that.
really hard songs also. Like Money is very hard rock.
True, and also has a weird rhythm, so it's progressive.
Yeah. You could say anything that goes beyond the norms of classical genres, like hard rock, like for example AC/DC is probably progressive when you go beyond this. Yeah.
So basically everything that's in between two genres.
Yes.
Like from one way to another, like you're going away and developing from that genre, but you're not different enough yet to be something completely else.
Yeah. When you don't fit into a drawer, this is progressive.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. So, don't want to keep you any longer. You need to go to places. You need to be at the festival. The reason why you're here, actually.
Today I will be in 4 programs. Oof. I'm gonna be completely messed up after this, and this is just the first day. So.
How long are you here in total?
For 1 week.
For 1
Sunday,
week. Yeah. Whole week, right? Crazy. Well, wish you all the best with it. I mean, we still see each other. So.
Yes, I can't.
But I like to wrap up the interview professionally, you know. But yeah, thanks for agreeing to this because I mean, I had a lot of people here with Couchsurfing ever since I stream, But I don't think anyone has ever agreed to just, randomly hop on and do
I
this.
have no problems
Yeah.
with this.
I really appreciate it because I really like it. I really liked talking a bit about it,
Yes, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, so I just
Yeah,
to use the
perfect.
opportunity.
But we will have the opportunity as well again tomorrow.
Yes,
I promise.
good.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. So to everyone in chat, thanks so much for watching, for asking questions, for being interested in this, especially since it's a little bit of a different format than we usually have here. We'll do a short break now. I'll put you guys on hold and rearrange the setup. We'll take a little bit, so can't tell you exactly. I don't want to stress myself too much. So yeah, maybe we'll continue like 15-20 minutes or something like that with some music. And yeah.
You're very dedicated to streaming all day. It's amazing.
Well, not lately again. Like for a while, I didn't have a schedule. I did like not stream in the whole of December. I think I streamed twice.
Okay.
But picking it up again right now. Yeah.
No, I kind of now understand the vibe, and I think Twitch is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. People are amazing. Basically, that's what makes Twitch.
Nice.
Like all the people watching and commenting. It's a unique format. All right, so
Good.
let me head to the break screen somehow.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. Like at 1 p.m. I usually go good morning and now we go good night. Yeah, that sounds like my usual day when I don't work. All right, let me head to the break screen here.
see Banana Man hopping over on the white hot sand. Here he come with some for me, freshly taken from banana tree. Banana Man me want a ton. Give me double and a bonus one. Give me more for all my friends. This banana flow will never end. Do you want a banana? Peel it down and go. Do you want a banana? This banana for you. Tonight we dance around the flame, and we get to play the spirit games. Spirit names we shout out loud. Shake the thunder from the spirit cloud. All the songbirds in the tree chant a tune to let the spirits free. Then we see them in the night, spirits jumping by the firelight. Do you want the banana? Banana. Peel it down and go. Do you want a banana? This banana for you. Look, you're too uptight, you know. You can laugh and kick it back and go wee, but without a rhythm or a rhyme, you do not banana all the time. Fly away from city on the run. Try to make a little fun. Look, you come to the bungalow. African, you tell me, told you so. Don't you love the bumping? All the drum make you shake your bum until the bum go numb. Let the bongo play you till you drop. This banana never stop. Forget all your troubles and go with the flow. Forget about whatever you may never know. Like whatever you're doing is whatever you should. And whether anything you ever do is anything good. Then forget about banana when it's sick in your throat. And when they make you wanna bellow but you're stuck in a choke. And then forget about the yellow from the beckoning man who make you take another one and make you mock all your plan. Hey, bungalow, bungalow, make up your mind and tell me no. Bungalow, bungalow, make up your mind and tell me no. Well, it's 9 o'clock and it's getting dark, and the sun is falling from the sky. I've never left so early, and you may wonder why. Tomorrow morning on the plane, no banana make you go insane. Floating back to busy town, no banana make you wanna frown. Do you want a banana? Peel it down and go. Do you want a banana? This banana for you. fuck? All right. Okay, here we are. Welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for watching that little interview we had. Let me set up the stream again. One thing I think is missing, and why is there? Wait. Okay. Easy. All right, we're back to normal. It's so interesting. Like setting everything up always takes like half an hour or so. Putting it back, 5 minutes, at least. Yeah, that was Jonathan. Super chill dude. Very happy to, or one of these people that I'm very happy to meet thanks to Couchsurfing. And I thought, you know what? If he's here, why not ask him, especially if he's from the film industry. He's probably used to sometimes being in front of a camera. I was not mistaken about that. So yeah, let me say hi again. Yanni, thanks so much for the lurk. Enjoy your lunch. The camera is a little bit... Wait, let me fix something real quick. Back. So much for setting everything back just takes 2 minutes. It's still, oh god, I'll do that sometime else. Like the whole thing is like, it's annoying me. Right, I also think that, no, it's still, what the fuck? I check it specifically. It's even worse now. What the fuck? Oh man. The mic seems much deeper than before. No, it's just a different mic. So the microphone you heard during the interview was a different one. Was a Zoom that I use for these kind of interview sessions because it has like 2 ways of recording. It's like a surround mic. So this is also like way better quality brand mic. Please tell me you noticed this, because the other thing cost me like $100 10 years ago, and this one is like 900. I would be surprised. Yeah, I also don't know if it's like higher than it was before. I mean, the Zoom still does work splendidly. We'll just work with that. I thought this sounded muddier, but I'm also cooking at the same time, so it might just be the wrong frequency response from my speakers. Could be. I mean, there is definitely, I mean, this is deeper. There's a lot more bass on it. So that could be that, because the other one has certainly a lot more high frequencies going on. All right, so I do have a little bit of time left, because today I'm only working in the evening, so I have to be work at 6. Theoretically, that means I have time until 5. However, I want to chill a little bit before work. I didn't sleep all too much last night. So we're gonna do, I don't know, an hour or two of music, and then I'm gonna head to the couch for another hour or so before going out. Yeah. Let me switch the piano real quick. All right. Let's start with a little bit of improvisation. Maybe some Einaudi, something like that. And then we'll go from there. What do you say? Yeah, thanks for still being here. Thanks for listening. And enjoy the music now. Vole Bianche by Lodovico Einaudi. Just noticed this camera is also like way lower than before. There's a few things I haven't changed. Maybe that's why it took me not very long to put everything back to normal, because it's not back to normal. Ugh. Oh god. Seriously. I'll be so happy when... Oh god. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This setup, I tell you guys, this setup is starting to annoy me sometimes. Everything is so like just... It somehow works. Let's do it that way. You know what I mean? I think I just set up back the camera on top of the lights that I use, you know, the one that's now showing the floor probably. Then one light here crashed. Then I had to reset the light. That made the camera fall down. Oh, let's just not use it today. Oh man. I know what I'm going to request, Brandmac. What is that? Shanty? Welcome back, Taka. Good to see you. I didn't have that much time to actively check on chat earlier. It was so stressful for me. It was the first time we've done this in person, and I wanted to make it as professional as possible. So I was already bothered by the poor microphone quality. I think we'll work on that next time somehow. And setting everything up. And then I needed to think of questions and kind of move the interview to places. At the same time, I was downloading the Stream Deck app to my phone so I could use the camera switching options on my phone while I was doing this stuff. Oh God, it was too much multitasking. But yeah, still, Turk, I wanted to say thanks for being in chat and having an eye on folks, when I couldn't. Ay. Brian, I finished cooking, can finally enjoy the delicate sounds from the living room. My full in my own living room. Nice. Enjoy. What did you cook? Was almost like the music albums without the music. Fair enough. So not that much different. Not that much different. Came late too. That's what she said. Sorry. The project meeting at work was prolonged. Hey, no worries. Again, I'm super thankful that you could make it. Well, Tuck, I needed to behave, So that was first Numb by Linkin Park, and after that, Leave Out All the Rest. But you guys already knew that, and why is that? Because Turka is managing the song list like a champ again. Thanks so much for the claps, gaming. Why did I shorten your name as gaming and not VM? I don't know. Man, I don't know. How are you feeling today, guys? Did you have a good start into the week yesterday? I had quite a long stream. Holy crap. I think we were live 6 hours, 6.5 hours yesterday. Crazy stuff. That won't be the case today. I can already spoil that. 6 feet over, not 6 feet under, so I call that a win. That's Scuppers for you. Always positive. I like it. What to play? It's one of these days. I feel like playing, but I have no idea what I'm feeling like. Let's go with some sea shanties. Brandweg would be up for it, but nah. Not today. I don't feel like singing too much. Why is everybody going for the shanties right now? Are you kidding me? Is this did you talk about this? Are you trying to shame me into singing a shanty? OXD, I'm afraid not today. I'm sorry. We're not doing a super long stream or anything today, because I need to rest a bit before going to work. But yeah, sure thing. I love how everyone was going that way. God damn it. But yeah, next time I'd love to do shanty. Although with the shanties, please before getting the points in and wasting them, let me know which it is, because there's some sea shanties which are amazing to loop. I'm sorry. Which are great to loop, like the Wellerman, for example, and the other ones we have. But there's a few that are very difficult to do. So just in case you're not disappointed. If you don't want sea shanties, what about land shanties? Funny guy. Sounded very funny. Oh, it's Chicken on a Raft, which has many verses, but the chorus should be loopable. Alright, sounds good. What are land shanties anyway? Like songs about cars? About being on the road? So it's basically just country. A cappella country. Anything with Backstreet Boys? Oh. Jesus Christ. Land shanties. Let's go with another with the song by Hani Arani. It's a good one. It's called Eden. You know, Brandweg, great minds think alike. Or as we in Germany say, two idiots, one thought. So that was Hanyarani with Eden. In the way they are original work music before lo-fi beats were popular. I don't know if I would compare the working music from the slaves to like lo-fi hip-hop beats to work/study to, but I get your point. Lo Brezo, by the way. Yeah, haven't said hi. Welcome in. Thanks so much for the claps. Thanks, Brandwags. Thanks, Veeam Gaming. Appreciate it, guys. Let's sing a little bit. Hey, Valley. Welcome back. You're a different kind of beautiful, the kind that makes me scared, the kind that makes me turn around, act like I'm not there, the kind that takes your breath away, leaves me without air. Maybe I'm delusional, you're just the kind of beautiful. And I grip a nurse, never head to the bar. I place an order, a tip in the jar, a couple of dollars I had in my car. Right on the corner, and that's when I see you in the corner, they're staring at me. Mine are the order and heart on my sleeve. I was hoping that I'd run into you here, but now I'm stumbling and I can't seem to figure this out. Now I'm broken and I'm crumbling in the open and it's troubling, but I see you and it fills me with doubt. You're a different kind of beautiful, kind that makes me scared, the kind that makes me turn around and act like I'm not there, the kind that takes my breath away and leaves me without air. Maybe I'm delusional, you're just the kind of beautiful, kind of beautiful, the kind that makes me fear, the kind that makes me turn around and act like I'm not here, the kind that takes my breath away every time you're near. Maybe I'm delusional, you're just the kind of beautiful. And I try to speak but I can't find the words, knees getting weak and my speech getting slurred, hands feeling heavy and vision is blurred. I don't even know what I wanted to say, didn't expect to be feeling this way. You turn your head and then you walk away. And I was hoping that I'd run into you here, but now I'm stumbling and I can't seem to figure this out. Now I'm broken and I'm crumbling in the open and it's troubling, but I see you and it fills me with doubt. You're a different kind of beautiful, the kind that makes me scared, the kind that makes me turn around, act like I'm not there, the kind that takes my breath away and leaves me without air. Maybe I'm delusional, you're just the kind of beautiful. Oh, I have something in my throat, I don't know what it is. Better. Different kind of beautiful, the kind that makes me fear, the kind that makes me turn around and act like I'm not here, the kind that takes my breath away every time you're near. And maybe I'm delusional, you're just the kind of beautiful. And I'm helpless, and I'm helpless, yeah, I'm helpless, There we go. That was Different Kind of Beautiful by Alec Benjamin. A song that is currently, by accident, actually my alarm in the morning. Because I have like some YouTube playlist on shuffle, and for some reason I always choose that song because the shuffle thing is broken. Luxor 19 and Burkos. I don't know how to pronounce that name. 200. Thank you both so much for the follows. Welcome in, guys. It's good to have you with us. Branwag, little Brazo, thanks for the claps. Beckers, same to you. The shuffle randomizer might be based on time. Could be. You mean like the time that I set the alarm to? Don't think so though, because my alarm goes off all different kinds, you know, like sometimes at 11, sometimes at 3. But yeah, that's kind of smart because you probably don't notice after a year. Makes sense. Interesting. Because says, hello from Mexico. Oh, okay. In that case, bienvenido a mi stream. Muchas gracias por seguirme. Let's do a Spanish song then. The one Spanish song we have on the song list. Welcome back, Yanni. Dos oruguitas enamoradas pasan sus noches y madrugadas llenas de hambre, siguen andando y navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando, navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando. Hey Cosmic, thanks so much for the 15 months, you kind soul. Dos oruguitas paran al viento mientras se abrazan con sentimiento. Siguen creciendo, no saben cuándo buscar algún rincón. El tiempo sigue cambiando, Ecofena, inseparables son. El tiempo sigue cambiando. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, aparte y volver, hacia adelante seguirás, vienen milagros, vienen crisálidas, hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, aparte y volver, hacia adelante seguirás, vienen milagros, vienen crisálidas, hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Dos oruguitas desorientadas en dos capullos bien abrigadas, con sueños nuevos, ya solo falta hacer lo necesario. En el mundo que sigue cambiando, tumbando sus paredes, ahí viene nuestro milagro, nuestro milagro, nuestro milagro. Ay, mariposa, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, aparte y volver, hacia adelante seguirás, ya son milagros, rompiendo crisálidas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar proprio futuro. Oh, ay mariposa, no sé cuánto más hay que crecer para ti volver. Hacia adelante seguirás, ya es un milagro. Rompiendo crisálidas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. Hay mariposas, no sé cuánto más hay que crecer y partir y volver. Hacia adelante seguirás, ya son milagro. Rompiendo crisálidas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. So that was Dos Oruguitas from the movie Encanto, actually, by Sebastian Yatra. Thanks so much for all the claps in chat. I appreciate it, guys. And yes, Yanni, Steamate is awake again. Thanks so much, Brick. I still don't know how to pronounce your name, though. Knowing you're from Mexico doesn't help at all. Or is it actually like Perseus? Sounds kind of weird, but it could be. I don't know. I don't know. Hit the road, Jack. Ooh, yeah, let's do that one. Oh, it is French. Okay, so it is Berceuse. Okay. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, never, ever more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Don't hit the road, Cage. You're welcome to stay for an hour or two. Thank you for the raid. It's so great to have you here. Hey, no baby, listen baby, don't treat me this way, for I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause it is understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. Well, I guess if you say so, I'd have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't back no more. Welcome in, Raiders. Kate, how long has it been that I've seen you either live or in the stream or anywhere? Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for sending over your folks. Guys, please do check out Kate. Wonderful streamer. Yeah. Wonderful streamer. Does a lot of, well, as the name suggests, nerdy songs. Love it. Like Disney songs, Kate's the place to go. You got like Lord of the Rings. I always forget that, for example. Go there. You won't regret it. Kate's a pro gamer. That too. And also a very, very funny human being in a good way. Like funny in a good way. Not funny like weird funny. But very funny. That's right. Pro gamer now? Are you doing more gaming streams these days? I'm weird as well, but in a good way. And that's what I'm saying. Aren't we all? I guess you need a certain amount of weird to be streaming on Twitch, don't you? Oh. Well, I hope you had a wonderful stream. And I don't know how much time you have if you need to go into lurk mode and you know, take care of yourself after the stream. But yeah, if you want to request something from the song list, please let me know. And I'd love to say thanks for the song. Also, thanks to anyone who came in with a raid, of course, after hanging out with Kate. Sunbury Slim, thanks for the follow. Storm4042 and Puck Z-Top. Thank you so much, guys, for considering coming back. Appreciate that. Weird, most people here would take that as a challenge. That's very true. Let me go through chat real quick. Dorositas, hey, welcome in. Who else did we have with a raid? Maybe a few names that I know. George, I do know by name. Paxi, of course. 99 pray for you. Welcome in Aussie Scott. Welcome in Nylan, Nico Val. Appreciate you guys coming in. Really do. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amadeus. I'm a pianist, a singer, rapper, loop artist, whatever, from Germany. We're having a chill hangout stream here, mostly in the living room. Sometimes we talk too much. Well, you know that from Kate's streams, maybe. We do different kinds of music. You can check out the song list if you want to get an idea. Right now, we have the song list closed because today I can't do like one of my endless streams where I sometimes go for 6 hours or so because I have to work in the evening. But yeah, and earlier today we had an interview with an editor, a film editor, who's here for a film festival in the town where I am, who's couch surfing at my place. So that was fun. And now we're doing a little bit of music. And it's good to have you with us. So, all right, Brandon Wag, thank you so much. Hopefully see you later. Yeah, well, Kate maybe looks at the song list, depending. Let's do a song. Oh, someone's writing curl. I learned to read that like 2 weeks ago. For 2 days I was fine, and then I didn't have any practice. No. I won't even try. Jesus Christ, I forgot so much. Like there's a few I still remember, but so many I don't. But welcome in, Petrock. Good to see you. Or should I say privet? Let's do a song by Woodkid. Oh, or I feel like I'm drowning. Ah, no. Probably can't go that high. Yeah, let's go Woodkid. Don't, Amma, don't. They won't stop spamming in Kirill then, probably. Alright, let's do Wasteland by Woodkid. I love how Turka is even keeping me in check. Like, no, you behave. See, she's not only managing chat, she's also managing me. That's mods. That's mods for you. Most of my sweet memories were buried in the sand. The fire and the pain will now be coming to an end. And how did you get to save me from this desolate wasteland? In your eyes I see the dawn of brighter days again. With my tears you washed away the mud stuck on my hands. And all the things you're trying to do make me a better man. And now I remember the joy and the taste of candy cane, the innocence of youth and the sound of major scales. Most of mine I used to be had vanished in the waves. The memories of the boy I've been were drowning and you saved them. And now I remember the joy and the meaning of the fate, the color of the truth and the sound of sunny days. Most of my sweet memories were buried in the sand. The fire and the pain will now be coming to an end. And how did you get to save me from this desolate wasteland? In your eyes, in your eyes I see the dawn of brighter days again. Hey Adam, good to see you. Welcome back. Ah, something's stuck like in my throat. Thank you so much for the claps, Gofina. Alrighty tighty. Nepresso, what else? let's do a song by Luna Keller. She's an amazing musician, also streaming on Twitch. And this is a song called High Low, High Low. Feeling high on the highway, I see the world go by. Feeling high on the highway, I'm quite alright. Feeling low in my hometown, close the door and start to cry. Feeling low in my hometown, I'm burning inside. And I aim at the ceiling, but I get the feeling that I'm gonna fall low. And there's this fear in my bones as I reach for the stars while fighting my wars. And I don't know where this path is gonna go. High, low, high, low, that's all I know. This life is a roller coaster, me, you. What can I do when I feel our hearts beating closer? Looking over your shoulder, I know your eyes are closed. I've never felt colder in a quiet room. And I'm so happy that it makes me sad. My mind has a gift to turn bad to good and good to bad. I aim at the ceiling, but I got the feeling that I'm gonna fall low. And there's this fear in my bones as I reach for the stars while fighting my wars. And I don't know where this path is gonna go. High, low, high, low, that's all I know. This life is a roller coaster, me, you. What can I do when I feel our hearts beating closer? Will I fall again? Will I learn to stand tall? Will I cry again? Will I learn to fly? Will I learn to fly? High, low, high, low, that's all I know. This life is a roller coaster, me, you. What can I do when I feel our hearts beating closer? High, low, that's all I know. This life is a roller coaster, me, you. What can I do when I feel our hearts beating closer? When I feel our hearts beating closer. Oh, welcome in chat. If ball, Eve ball, Ulf ball, Fbo, FBO. I don't know. Welcome in though. Hello, Brazil. Thanks so much for the claps. Thanks, Gofina, for the love and chat and the claps as well. Appreciate it. Taka is like in beast mode. Rightfully so, though. When I feel our hands beating close. Oh yeah, I know one song we'll play. So this one's called I'll Follow You by Shinedown. And that was Shinedown with I'll Follow You. Hey, Smoothawee, welcome in chat. Good to see you. Thanks for your interest in the song list. Although right now we have the song list closed because, it's more of a spontaneous thing. We had an interview stream earlier, and I thought doing a little bit of more music, but I am in no shape to do Lose Yourself right now, sadly. Yeah, but feel free to request that song next time you're around. Da, da, da. It's so funny. You remember that we have like Happy by Pharrell Williams, we have in the song list as a sad boy version, right? And I recently saw some guy on Instagram doing a whole video and blowing up with exactly the same thing. Well, not exactly, although he put more thought into it. To be fair, he said you can make every sound, every song sad by putting it into a minor key and putting it into past tense, and that I really liked because it's true. Because like, wait, let me just show you. Let's do Happy, the sad boy version that we always do, but actually sing it in past tense, and you'll know what I mean. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine was here, you could take a break. I was a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air like I didn't care, baby, by the way. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like a room without a roof. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like happiness was the truth. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you knew what happiness was to you. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like that's what you wanted to do. Here came bad news, talking this and that. Hey Michael, give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I would be just fine. No thanks to you, don't you waste your time. Because I was happy, clap along if you felt like the room without a roof. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like happiness was the truth. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you know what happiness was to you. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like that's what you wanted to do. Bring me down, could nothing bring me down. Laugh too high, bring me down, could nothing bring me down. I said, let me tell you, I was happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like happiness was the truth. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you know what happiness was to you. 'Cause I was happy, clap along if you felt like that's what you wanted to do. It works, you know? So that was happy in a minor key in the past tense, making it a very sad song. It makes such sense, you know, because every song that sings about something great happening, if you put it in past tense, it's just melancholic, you know? Ah. am afraid. We'll do a song by Ramsey. Is that one of the song list yet? Nice, yes. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, our very favorite angriest pirate is alive. All right. I can hear the sound of a heartbeat. Oh, that's too fast. I can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it calls out. Won't ever leave my memory of bloodshed all around. And I can see a tear on my father's face before it falls out. Still too fast. I can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it calls out. Won't ever leave my memory of bloodshed all around. And I can see a tear on my father's face before it falls out on my enemy. And how could I have ever let you down? When all these trees saw us grow, cut our teeth and make our bonds right. Play with shields made of stone, share our dreams and sit at thrones. Be still, 'cause I see smoke up ahead, and I got steel in my hands. We will return like warriors, I swear that we'll find glory up ahead. Tell me, where is my home? And I don't recognize the faces anymore. Oh. And where is my friend? The one I've known since I was only just a kid. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. No, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. No, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, no, it's time to say goodbye.